My catch?
Yeah.
My catch. I made a great catch. I did.
What I heard.
My wife? I don't know. I don't know if I had a great catch today or not. I don't know. But there were a bunch of great catches today, I'll tell you that. It's been, as I was telling the team, coaching a position for a long time. I used to walk out of a scrimmage and man, if my guys had a great day, I'm like, yeah, man, my guys, they had a great day. You feel good about it. It's what you're responsible for. You're trying to prepare them for a season. You're not really worried about the rest of it. I ain't worried about it if the DBs had a bad day. I'm worried about my guys having a great day. But I hate those days as a head coach. I really do. As a head coach, I like it when it's a bunch of good over here, and a bunch of good over here, and some really competitive misses here, and some really competitive misses here. I like it when it's a little more balanced. That's kind of what I prefer. I don't really like it when the defense dominates or the offense dominates. I really don't. That's really kind of where it was today. I thought the offense just dominated the day. It's really just call it like it is. From the opening drive, good on good, 70-yard drive, opening touchdown drive right out of the gate, good on good. And, our first defense, I think we've led the nation in 3 and outs. For about, maybe 6 times in the last several years. And I don't think we had a 3 and out on defense till maybe the end of practice. What that means is the positive is the offense had a great day. Really had some big runs. It's really good to see us throw and catch like we did today. I thought Kelly set the tempo. Man, what a great opening drive from him. Big plays. And then Trevor came right in and just took it and went with it. Big plays, great drive, just a lot of positive. In particular, we're talking about catches, and T. Higgins, just a great day. T.J. Chase had a good day. Amari, DeAndre Overton had 2 big catches, one-handed. Then he came back, missed one. He's got to be consistent. Travion got off to a good start and got banged up and couldn't finish. Cornell, I think he had maybe 1 or 2, but he didn't really have many big opportunities downfield today. Will Swinney, he had a big play, big third down, big run after the catch. He's had a heck of a camp. He's one of our most improved guys. And Justin Ross, his first catch was a one-handed go up and just pluck it out of the air. And then he came right back and one-upped himself with another one. So he was spectacular today, finishing plays. It's one thing to be in position, but to finish it, he really had a great day finishing the plays. So just really pleased. DK had one opportunity. He had a couple of short plays, but he had one downfield, got broken up by Dalton. But just overall as a group, the receivers just really threw and caught the ball well. And give the line credit because I thought they protected well. The backs stepped up, but the quarterbacks put the ball where they needed to put it, and the receivers made some huge plays. So that was a real positive. And then again, I thought all the backs ran hard. 9 made some really good runs. Feaster had a couple of really tough physical finishes. Same thing with Adam. Adam has really had a good camp. He's kind of differentiated himself a little bit. He's 225 and in great shape, and he's knocking everything forward. And I really like to see that in him. And then 23 he has no fear, and he's got one gear wide open, and he's got great vision. Had 2 long runs today. I think one was a 50-yarder, another one was a 25 or 30-yarder. So really encouraged what I've seen. And then I thought Rencher's a kid you haven't heard us talk much about, but man, he's had a really good camp. And he went in there. He had some really impressive runs today. Very positive runs. A guy that we could play with. He could really be a contributor for us. And then Ty Thomason is another guy that's kind of different. Big, heavy kid, athletic, that can bang and dent the front. So a lot of positives. I think don't think we had any. I think Travion was the only guy injury-wise that got banged up. I mean, for the most part, everybody came through it okay. It was about 100 something plays, and I think 106 maybe Tim said, but we had no turnovers, not one turnover. So that's a big deal. Almost had one. Doc almost had one, but he was out of bounds when we came down with it. So no turnovers, a few undisciplined. It was a little disappointing with some of our discipline things. We jumped offside a couple times defensively. The second series, we get a 3 and out. I got 2 guys lined up offside, so give them a new set of downs, they go on and score. And those are the little things that'll get you beat. So just being disciplined, as we say all the time, let's start with not losing to Clemson. Doing a good job with the things that we control. Really positive things in the kicking game. I may have said it, but Hugo hit a 50-yarder. Potter kicked off really well. We're not letting Hugo kick off just yet. We're holding him a little while on that, but Sawicki kicked off well. Alex had one good one. He was a little inconsistent. And then probably the biggest disappointment is worked on tight punt, backed up, and one of our punters dropped the ball for a safety. And, so we just can't make mistakes like that in critical situations. But again, a good day for the offense. They can do better. Not perfect, far from perfect, but I definitely thought that they controlled the day. And defensively, that's not to say that we didn't have a lot of good things. I thought we finished really well with the goal line. Defensively, both groups really did a nice job on the goal line. I thought they dominated that part of it. And I thought the first 2 groups won the short yardage battle. So they finished with a couple of good competitive wins. I did see some really good individual guys step out. I thought our pride group on defense did a really nice job. We're very deep there. We got a lot of guys. We probably got more pride reps than we've gotten in a while, because I'm trying to get a lot of guys some work and make sure we can really get them on tape and kind of see where they are. We did full speed kickoff. We did punt return, and kick return, field goal block, and punt, tight punt. So got a lot of things covered. A long way to go. 3 weeks from today we'll play. We're not ready right now, but we got 3 weeks to study and learn and get better.
Is the no fear part what you expected to see out of Dixon, or is that maybe kind of, through your eyes a little bit?
I didn't know what to expect. Some of these guys you don't ever know. You don't really ever know unless you really spend a lot of time with them. Maybe they've been to camp a bunch or something like that. Some of these guys you don't ever know until you start coaching. So I didn't really have. I knew he was very talented. I mean, you watch the tape; he's a very talented player, but he's playing at a very small school. And now all of a sudden you show up at Clemson. I don't know what to expect till you start coaching. And he's been a great addition and a pleasant surprise, because I've been very impressed with his willingness to protect, his vision, his natural just instincts and toughness. So yeah, he's been a bright spot for us.
How would you compare him to where Travis was this time of year last year?
Similar in his explosiveness and kind of that just give him the ball and things happen kind of a deal, but ahead of him from a protection standpoint. Just a little more natural to it. Whereas Travis had never pass protected ever, and it took him a little bit longer to kind of really earn the trust there. And not to say that Lin J is a senior, but just for a guy walking in here out of high school who didn't go through spring practice, he's really demonstrated the willingness and loves to try to improve. So he's not perfect, but it starts with the effort and the toughness. We got to coach the technique and the fundamentals, but it starts there, and he's got that.
Did any of the quarterbacks stand out?
All three of them. As I said earlier, they thought Kelly set the tempo. I haven't seen the stats, but I bet they were probably similar. They really made all the throws, all three. I mean, all three had touchdown throws. All three had big throws down the field. Had some tight window throws. It's fun, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of competition, and we put them with all the groups. We didn't let Kelly went with all the groups, and Trevor went with all the groups, and they continue to just focus on what they control and their execution. So today was maybe one of the better days as a group. Where all three I thought really played well.
When would you ideally like to know what your plan is for what you do first game with the quarterbacks?
I'd like to know yesterday, ideally. Ideally, I'd like to know in the spring. That'd be great. When you know the guy, and but it is what it is. It's just that's why you practice. You got it's very competitive. That's what I love about Kelly, man. He's accepted the challenge. He hasn't backed down from the challenge. He could have walked out of here in May. He could have said, "Hey, see you boys. I'm out of here. Go somewhere where it might not be as challenging. Go somewhere where it might be a little easier path." And he said, "No, I'm gonna stay right here." And so it's been great to see him compete. And his game is at a whole nother level from where he was at any point last year. And then Trevor he's everything that you think he is. He is just a very gifted player. He's still a freshman. And then Chase just won't go away. Everybody wants Chase to go away, and he won't go away. He's just battler, man. He's got moxie. He can throw the ball. And I know y'all want me to say, "Hey, this is the guy," but I'm just telling you, we got three guys that we can win with. And so, ideally, we're going to have to, once we get 7 to 10 days out, then we'll say, okay, hey, this is how we're going to go into this game. If it's a big separation, then that makes it easy. But if it's close, then we say, well, okay, next, what else? What's our next step of evaluation? We got to go play some games. And if it's close, you got to give guys the opportunity to play, and then you go from there.
When you look at the receivers you've had come through, all the good ones, the Sammys and Nukes and whatnot, how's Justin Ross at this point, camp coming in?
Yeah, he's another guy that I didn't have him in camp. I had him. No, I didn't have him in camp. He wasn't in camp.
Or fall camp.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking coming in, I didn't really know what to expect. What kind of effort guy is he going to be? How's he going to absorb all the installation? Where is he technically and fundamentally? How's he going to handle press coverage? Will he instinctively be able to play with his hands? How's he going to pick up on and learn how to run the routes against Trayvon Mullen, who wasn't here today, by the way, he's at a funeral. And so you don't ever know. And I can't tell you how pleased I am with him. He's 207, so physically, he comes in at a different place than most guys. He's very confident. He's quiet, a lot like Sammy in that regard. Doesn't say a whole lot, just about his business kind of guy. But the thing that I've been most pleased with is he just works. He don't say nothing. He just works. He's wide open with his effort, and he loves to be coached. He's not, sometimes guys don't want to be coached or they got all the answers. He loves to be coached. And when you teach him something or you show him something, then he will apply it. And so he's just got a lot of natural instincts, and he's a great ball finisher. He's a little bit like Nuke in that he is relentless to get the ball, and that's just a mentality. And then he's like Mike in that he's just so freaking big. I mean, he's a big kid. He'd be 225 pounds. Mike, I think, was about 220, 225 when he left here, and that's where he's headed. But he's in a really good place right now as a guy walking in from high school, 207 pounds, and can run. And he's picking it up. We're not asking a lot out of him right now. He's learning one spot. Some of those guys, we got them all over the place. Travion, Cornell, TJ, and we're making them do a lot of things. But we're just kind of saying, hey, let's just start right here and then grow. But I think before his career's over, he'll be a guy like Mike that you can put anywhere. You can put him in the field, you can put him in the slot, you can put him in the boundary, and he'll be able to function. He's not there right now, but just really pleased with his effort and his coachability. And same thing with DK. DK is, those of you who've seen him, he's explosive. Now here's a guy, Justin played wideout. DK played quarterback, and he's just kind of an athlete. So it's all new to him, but I'll say the same thing about him. Great effort, loves to be coached. He's tough, and of course you ain't coming out of, you ain't coming out South Point, you ain't tough. And so I'm really pleased with those couple of young guys right there.
Wrap Coach up so we know where Coach got.
All right, guys. Thank you.